What is up? What is up? This is
How are you?
and we are back. What's up, Kish?
It's about time.
I know it's about time. Shoot. We got Kesha Watson in the building. We about to talk about her beastiness. And we're just about to catch up. So, guys, welcome back to another episode of Catching Up with Takesha D. Watson in the house from Oklahoma. We're about to get into it and hear her success story, her journey in basketball. She's currently a skill development coach, a confidence coach, and we helping these babies out here get the confidence up and get the shot right. Kesha, what's up?
What's up? How you been?
I've been good, man. Good.
I'm glad we finally found some time to get this done.
I know. It's been a minute.
Has.
I know we've been working through the pandemic, trying to get the podcast, trying to start it up. So I appreciate you being patient with me.
No problem. Be patient with me as I got my son in the background. So.
Oh yeah, he good. He good. We need his laughter, so I'm gonna enjoy that.
That's true.
Everybody, we are live right now on YouTube at Coach Ernie Williams, Facebook at Coach Ernie Williams, and on my personal, if you're my personal friend. Sorry if you're not. So, man, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, how has the last year been through the pandemic? Like, what's been going on? How'd you get through?
A lot of prayer.
Yep.
A lot of a wing and a prayer. You know, It just kind of hit everybody at the wrong time. Yeah. I'm glad everybody got through it, but we were just trying to stay busy, and most importantly, staying positive.
Right. So tell us about Hall of Fame basketball training. How'd you start that, and how's that going?
I started. It's been on my mind since I stopped coaching. I just never took that step forward. And so I was trying to think of a name, and so automatically after I got into the Hall of Fame the second time, I was like, let me see if Hall of Fame basketball training is available. I know it's long, very long when you're typing it, but I just wanted to find a way to stay connected. Mm-hmm. And I've always loved player development. I'll always love that one-on-one, because I think a lot of girls struggle with that one-on-one, that confidence, that having that mentorship. Because you see a lot of guys being trainers. You're very, very, very rare do you see women, basketball trainers. So I just wanted to tap into that and trying to bring awareness to the ladies, especially when somebody has helped me before. So I just want to get back any way possible.
That's awesome. And I'm glad, because I think through the pandemic, I've seen more women trainers coming out, skill development coaches, and mental performance coaches that have played the game at a high level and overseas and pro. I think we need to have more opportunities to help the girls out here.
Because they need that. Not saying that a girl can't look up to a guy trainer, but it's different when you get a woman trainer that's been there and done that. I think that gives them a little bit of hope.
Absolutely. So let's start. Let's start at the beginning. Take us from little Kesha.
Not little Kiki.
Little Key on the playground, beating the boys and stuff, fighting them over the knockout. Tell them now.
Oh man.
Tell it. So Coach, you in Oklahoma City, right now? You in Oklahoma City. Yeah. And tell us how it all started. What sports were you playing? What kind of kid, what kind of athlete were you? Elementary, middle school?
Well, it started at the age of 4.
Okay.
I constantly bugged my mom over and over and over I wanted to play. Mm-hmm. She never played, so she couldn't figure out, why I kept asking or begging. And so in the meantime, I would just, ball up some socks, get a clothes hamper, the normal, and just start teaching myself. So I would just shoot, and I'll push it further, shoot it. And so at the age of 9, she finally said, let's do it. She was like, she put me on the Y team, all boys team. I think it was one girl, me and another girl. And so I had immediately asked her, I said, when did you think that I was going to be good? She said, when you first made a layup and everybody else didn't. And I was like, what? Like, who says that or who thinks that? But it started from going to the Y. And I am an advocate for the Y. If you're going to start out with the Y. Because they can always, they teach that development, and it's not as fast as when you jump into AAU. So I appreciate the Y. I appreciate the Y with my son. I appreciate the Y when I was there. And so it just went on to, to middle school, high school, and college and overseas. So.
Oh yeah, all the way. We're gonna get to all of that.
Yeah.
So did you play any other sports as well?
I did. When I was begging her, and all she knew was softball.
Okay.
So she immediately put me in something. I guess she just said, "Let me shut her up for a little bit," and so she put me in softball or t-ball, and so I was really good. I actually had a scholarship to play softball, but I chose basketball, of course. Okay. But that helped me a lot playing that softball. I ran a little track, not a lot, because I didn't really like staying out there all day.
Yeah,
I feel like I should be dribbling the ball or something, but yeah, that's all she knew was softball. And so we would hang around. Me and my older sister would hang around her through softball days. I mean, rain, sleet, or snow.
Right.
And so that was my first sport. I was actually better in softball than basketball. So
more at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's interesting. With softball, do you remember any skills or anything that you transferred over to basketball?
I would say my takeoff. Trying to get to the next bag.
Okay.
That, like, your first step is that takeoff from going to first base to second base. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that takeoff was what helped me in basketball.
Okay. Cool. So we played little bit, not played, but ran track, played softball. And when did you have to choose once you got in, just choose basketball, or did you play softball all up until senior year?
I played all the way too. I played all the way too. Okay. I ditched track my sophomore year.
Yeah,
that was it. I said I can't.
Did you get stuck in the 400 just because you were an athlete? Oh man,
that 4x4 relay.
Every time I had to get up for that race. I'm about to throw up, and then the gun
you already
goes
know.
off.
Hey, it's gonna help your quickness. I think I'm good.
I'd rather do sprints than that.
I think I'm good.
In that.
But yeah, I did that. I did cross country. I did it all. Yeah. I said, no, this ain't for me, because I get too bored.
Yeah. So did you played AAU, right?
I did.
Okay. How was that experience for you in getting into recruiting? Yeah.
I really think the AAU helps a lot because it allows you to play with other kids and learn the game of basketball with other kids that may or may not know it, or already know it, and they can teach you something. You know what I'm saying? When you play with a group of girls that know the game of basketball, your level, you have to get to that level where they're at, or you're going to be on the bench. And so being able to travel and experience new things and gain new friendships outside of your high school, I think that's very important.
Yeah. And then what high school did you go to?
Millwood High School. You already know.
Millwood.
Them Falcons, home of the champions.
Okay. What's up, Falcons out there? Did you make it to state? Did you get a ring? How we do there?
You just had to bring up old stuff, huh?
I just want to know.
No, we went to the semifinals every year.
Okay.
Yeah, all 4 years. So
yeah,
I didn't get to the big house.
I know. Ooh.
It was in my dreams though. So yeah.
Oh, you got the big house. Further on down the line.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm okay. I'm all right.
Man, so what was the one of the biggest obstacles you had to overcome in high school? It can be on the court or off the court. As a student athlete.
As a student athlete, I think the transition from being a middle schooler to high school, trying to play against seniors and juniors and players that's already developed.
Yeah.
In a sense, I think like just when you come from high school to college, it's the same. So that speed changes. And so being able to recognize and being able to find a way to get in the mix between from coming to middle school to high school, I think that's the hardest challenge that I faced. Okay.
What was so one thing I like to talk to athletes about is just self-awareness and understanding, what do I do well naturally? What do I enjoy doing in the game of basketball? What were your, I would say, top 2 or 3 things that you knew that was your identity? Like at the moment, our identity will grow as we grow our skills, but what was your gifts?
My speed.
Speed.
My quickness, being able to get to the rim, and I think my IQ of passing.
Okay.
I think that separated me.
Absolutely.
Because not a lot of people saw what I saw. And so that's when I realized, okay, maybe I'm a little different from other players. Maybe I can use this in a sense to get on the court as a freshman. And so I think my quickness and my crossover, that was my patented move. That's all I had. That's all I knew.
He was crossing him to death.
Yeah, that's why I said if you wanna train with me, don't think I'm gonna give you all these different moves, because I can't. Because all I had was a crossover.
You said because I can't.
That's all I can give you.
I love it. Hey,
that mean crossover.
Hey, at least get good at one, and then
get
your little counter.
That's
it. Go on about your business.
You stop that crossover, I'm gonna give you something else after that. But that crossover was it.
Crazy. Let's talk about recruiting. Right. So, talk about recruiting. Maybe when were you always thinking about college, or was that okay? So
just because I didn't want my mom to have to pay for it.
Awesome.
So I felt like that was my way of, being able to go, because some kids is academics, but me, I knew academics was going to help me with sports to get there. So, but I mean, I wasn't highly recruited. I was not highly recruited.
Tell me about this. I don't believe you.
I was not. Okay. Didn't nobody want me like that. I promise you. They did not want that. I don't know if it was because I went to Millwood and no one wanted to come over there.
Okay.
Or if I just wasn't skilled enough at the time, or I don't know. I just wasn't highly recruited.
Okay.
But OCU, she didn't back down. She worked my nerve, but baby, I knew that was it.
Yeah.
I knew she wanted me, but not a lot of people recruited me.
Okay. Yeah. How did you make your decision at the end, as far as your college of choice?
I actually wanted to go to Oklahoma Christian.
Okay.
Just because it was my religion, Church of Christ. So I've always wanted to go there. And so when she had offered me a partial, but OCU had offered me a full ride, and they had just won 3 national championships.
Okay.
So that was a win-win for me. When she said partial, that was it. I was like, okay, OCU is my home. Which a lot of people would have jumped anyway just for them being 3 national championships. But I was thinking spiritual as well as, my athleticism. So awesome. I chose OCU after she offered a partial, and the rest is history.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Coach, what did you study?
Criminal justice.
All right. Was that what you were interested in as a senior? Okay.
No. I was actually interested in mortuary science.
Mortuary science. I know what it is, but tell me.
The funeral directors. Right. But I didn't want to go to UCO for basketball.
Okay.
So yeah. So I had to switch it up a little bit. So yeah, I ended up doing criminal justice because I just like first 48 and crime scenes and stuff like that. But I ended up.
I know you're a fan of Dexter.
Who?
Dexter. You ain't watched Dexter?
I don't watch Dexter.
What?
First 48.
Okay. Yeah.
Is he on first 48?
No.
See?
Yeah, that first 48 lock you in.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't seen that one. I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. You got plenty of seasons. It's old, but okay, so we talk about recruitment freshman year. So we get on campus freshman year. How was that transition for you?
Tough. And I mean tough.
What made it tough?
Because the expectations was very high. Like I said, they have won 3 national championships. The point guard before me was the All-American. She was a senior. She graduated. Okay. And I was going against the senior for that point guard position. So it was a battle of what, like you said, what can I do to separate myself? What can I do to get in the lineup? And like I said in my Hall of Fame speech, I used to get kicked out of practice all the time for not going hard. Because I didn't know. For me, my heart was, I'm here. I'm sweating. But her heart was, you're not doing enough. You're not talking on defense. Because I was shy. Yeah. So I didn't learn to talk on defense. I didn't learn to talk to your teammates. I just thought we just come in there and hoop and we go about our way.
Right.
But her mentality was championship mentality. So when you come in the gym, we working on being a champion. We're not an average team. We're a championship team. So I struggle with that tremendously. Trying to find my niche, trying to find how can I be successful on this team that's already won 3 national championships.
Okay.
How can I find a way to get in the lineup going against a senior? Because she told me, she and that's one thing that I like about her. She told me, you don't have time to be a freshman. You're not going to just be handed this position.
Yeah.
You're going to have to work for it. And any time that I didn't work for it in a game, she pulled me out. She didn't leave me in there just because, she's good at, Everybody thought she, baby me just because of what I did. No, she was harder on me than anybody else. Anybody else. And I commend her for that. Because she knew where I wanted to go. And she wasn't going to let up until I got there.
Got you.
So
you're saying one of your toughest things to get you struggled at maybe was communication, just pure communication. Working hard. Because
I was there's 2 type of leaders. You have a vocal leader who won't shut up, but sometimes do what they want to do.
Right.
Sometimes they do this, sometimes they don't. Then you have the quiet leader. The one that does everything right. The ones that does, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That everybody looks up to because she does it right. I wanted to be that vocal. She wanted me to be that vocal and do it leader. And I struggled with the vocal because I was shy. I was quiet.
Yeah.
But anytime I didn't talk, baseline. Because you're the point guard.
Yes.
You the point guard. So me and you have to have a relationship. So if I tell you something, you got to be able to counter it to the team.
Yeah.
We're champions. We don't have time for you to be shy. And so from then on, every time she kicked me out, that pissed me off even more.
Yeah.
So I got more vocal. And then it got to the point where I was just, I wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to show them that, okay, I'm not just talking it, I'm walking it.
Right.
So
at the same time. Real quick, I love you sharing that because I've seen other players struggle with communication. A lot of players struggle with communication, period. It's just the talking, like, and hearing their voice they're uncomfortable with. But
and then you sing bossy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why she doing it? Why she get to tell me what to do? But on our team, everybody respected each other, so it was like, all right, you right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So I've never been on a team where I didn't have that. So I don't know how others feel on teams that don't do that, or because it comes off as bossy.
Right.
But like I said, if you can't tell me something to do that you're not doing.
And that's that accountability, though. Like your teammates allowing you to communicate and lead in that vocal manner, just because they were able to receive what you were saying and not worry about, how.
And it's also how you say it too.
It is.
Because I mean, it's times that I want to cuss them out, but you knew it. You knew that that's not something you could do because they not gonna play for you. And I wanted them to play for me. Because, me as in point guard. Like, right. I wanted you to be able to trust me to encourage you. So when you see me down, you're going to encourage me too.
Go a little bit deeper into that for all the players and coaches listening, and especially point guards and people that are leading from that position, that natural leadership position. What tactics, what little tricks do you have to help them get there? For example, their post play to work hard, right? Posting up, even though we might have missed you, right?
Yeah, and that's good because I have a teammate. Her name was Veronique. She was a foreigner, right? She speaks English, very good English from where she was from. Every time I passed it, she wouldn't catch it.
Yeah.
As a point guard, you mad, like just
I threw it right to you.
Catch the ball. But it was to the point where I was like, okay, I got to find a way because she's our piece to winning this championship.
Okay.
So I got to find a way for her to catch up my balls or everybody's balls. So I would say, hey, V, let's work after practice. So you can get used to the heat that I'm going to bring to you. Then you can, you know what I'm saying? Then in the game, it comes easy. Or we'll put her on that little toss back.
Boy, that toss back.
You know what I'm saying? That's like hit you in your nose. So it was just like, okay, come with me. And then when she missed the pass, all right, V, All right, come on. Next one's yours. Come on, head up. Let's go. And then when I turn the ball over, here she comes slapping me on the butt. Hey, let's go. Because she remembers me taking that time to kind of get to know her outside of the frustration. The frustration of V, if you don't catch this pass.
Right.
Because we needed her. We needed her to rebound. And if I was just on her back, she wouldn't have done it.
She wouldn't have felt needed.
Right. She knew I believed in her just by me taking the time out of my day to, that's it. So when somebody believes in you, the sky's the limit. And when I say she had a hell of a championship run, she was it.
And it's so crazy. I'm glad you shared that because you saw there was an issue, right?
Yeah.
There's a problem. We're not connecting on the passes. I'm the point guard, and we need our post to get the ball and get us some easy buckets. How do I fix this? Right? What's the solution? Right. You took it upon yourself to go and just say it wasn't about this is how you catch my passes. It was like, hey, let's just work. Let's get some extra work out.
Right.
And so you do that every other practice, and y'all start to form a bond. And you're throwing your dimes, and she's understanding where they're gonna come. When they're gonna come.
Exactly.
Now, when you get in the game, it's game time, and it's natural, right?
Because not everybody knows they can read you. Yeah. Like playing with Rita Banks, it was easy because she knew where I would be, and I knew where she would be. Yeah. So she can be running from down the court, and the ball is already coming because I know she's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Right. Not everybody can connect that fast. Yeah. And so she was one of those players that I had to say, look, we got to figure it out. Go ahead.
How hard? Like, I couldn't have played the point guard because I feel like you really got to know everybody on your team.
You do.
Your teammates.
You got to know you got to know your teammates, and you got to know all 5 spots.
Like you gonna play them.
Yeah. You got to know where they're gonna be. You ain't in the right spot. I need to tell you where you need to be. Yeah, exactly. If not, you're not a point guard. You just a guard that dribbles.
Stop. Say it again.
You're not a. Hey, I got time today.
Oh, girl, I never heard that, boy.
You know that's gonna be my next tweet.
Please, you better tweet it for somebody else. I'm gonna tweet that much. Oh my gosh! Wow, I'm just saying. Guard that dribble.
You just a guard that dribble. If you can't tell me all 5 spots, why are you a point guard? Think about it.
Because you're an extension of the coach. You're on the court. You're the coach on the court.
Thank you. So if Coach Jones yell at play 3, and you ain't in that spot, she gonna get on to me. She not gonna get on to you. Yeah. She gonna be like, why you didn't put her in the spot?
Why you start to play without her being in the right spot? That's why I play both though. So I'm just setting screens and rebounding. So I don't know nothing. I just know my job.
You knew your spot where to be when that ball is going.
Man, that's awesome. It's awesome. All right, so college. So that's freshman year. We talk about communication, and we're talking about being a point guard and growing in that. What was your run? Like, how many championships? How deep did y'all go in the tournament and everything?
So we went to the championship all 4 years.
Ooh, okay.
Runner up twice, championship twice.
Okay. Mama duties, love it. We gotta do it. That's how we do. That's how
now he hungry.
Now he hungry.
Golly.
So you said all 4 years, runner up twice. Runner up twice. What was the hardest? Which one year was the hardest game? That last game.
The third. My junior year.
Okay, why?
Because we were undefeated the whole year, and only lost the championship game at the buzzer.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's still
right there. It's on top.
Hey, it still sting. Yep.
At the buzzer. So
at the buzzer.
What kind of? Oh my goodness! What kind of play? What kind of shot was it? Just.
I mean, it was contested.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
It is what it is. I wish we would have lost 5 to win that one.
Yeah. It was tough. But
how did you personally bounce back? Also, how did your team bounce back from that for the next year?
I mean, we went back, but we ended up getting beat by SNU again. Because we played SNU. We played SNU all 3 years. 3 years.
SMU?
SNU.
SNU. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The 3 years of the championship, and they right down the street.
Okay.
I'm like, we could have.
What school is that? I don't know.
Bethany, Southern Nazarene.
Southern Nazarene U. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So the freshman year we played a team out of Alabama, and then the last 3 years was SNU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about because you guys are a championship team, right? You get to the ship. So there's a level and a standard of practice. There's a level and a standard of team commitment. Talk about that. Like what was that for you? So these other players know. And what are you not seeing, like in high school maybe, or even college? What are you not seeing compared to the level and the dedication that y'all had to do just to get there to the ship?
I think it was the players. I think it was the players that she recruited.
Okay.
So in high school, you can't recruit, obviously, but from day one, you knew you couldn't come on this team not being a champion. So you knew your expectations was championship from the start. And so before we even started the season, Coach Jones would take us away. It was probably 2 or 3 hours away from campus.
Okay.
And we would sleep in a cabin. We would do team bonding.
Yep.
We would do, we would go outside, have all kind of games, and you had to fix your plate of your teammates. You had to get to know your no phones. No phones for a whole weekend.
No flip phone.
None.
No side.
We just did a lot of activities and a lot of bonding at the beginning before anything ever started. Right. And so I think that really, really helped us to be like teammates, because if you don't know how this person lived before they got here, it's hard to mesh with them.
Connect. Yep.
Yeah. And so I think she took ownership with doing that. And I think anything that happened within the team, she nipped it in the bud as a coach. Nothing festered. So we didn't have a lot of drama like that.
Got you.
Because we knew we had a goal. And that drama, we didn't let come in our locker room. We nipped that in the bud. If we had a problem, we had to face it.
Got you.
If we didn't like something that the teammate said, yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll argue about it. But the next day we're done. Like it's back to the drawing board. And that's one thing that I think it started with our leader. Nipping that in the bud. A lot of people don't have coaches that nip it in the bud. They want to continue because it's festering. Instead of just nipping it. Yeah, nipping it before it gets flamed.
They don't want to like address it. Go ahead and get on into it and stop.
Oh no,
it, right?
She gonna address it, and that's one thing she addressed that. She didn't care what happened.
Yeah,
like this is what you can't allow anybody on the outside to get inside your locker room. And she always stated before we left, what you do not only affects your team, but it affects your family. So what you do off this court.
Yep.
Just think about that. We're having a championship. She didn't hold our hand. She didn't give us no curfew. She wanted us to be an adult.
Yeah.
And I think that's how we became so close and champions, because we looked out for each other. So.
What was my question? Shoot. Oh, I wanted to ask, throughout your college career, speak about confidence. Were you always ultra high confident, or did you have some moments, and if you did, how'd you get through those moments where it did?
I was confident on the court.
Got you.
Simply because I knew I put in that work. I knew outside of practice, I'm still coming back to shoot. I'm still coming back to lift. I'm still coming back to run. I knew I was confident on the court. I was a dog between those 4 lines. But who I was between those 4 lines, I wasn't off the court. I was shy.
Okay.
Very passive. Very, very, very quiet.
Okay.
I was funny still. That didn't change anything. But people thought who I was on the court is what I was off the court. I wasn't confident off the court. I walked with my head down. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look people in their eyes.
Yeah.
But get me on the court, I'm going to look you in your eyes. And I'm going to push that confidence, because I knew I had something to prove. I knew I put in the work. I knew I wanted to go overseas. I knew, you know what I'm saying? So that inner in between those four lines was different when I was off the court.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then off the court, I just gradually gained it, like, you know, year by year. But I wouldn't call it off the court. I just slowly, you know, got better.
Yeah. So kind of. So off the court, personality wise, naturally introverted, just to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, naturally. Yep. Yeah.
Unless
I
knew
you. Now, once I knew you and was comfortable around you,
right.
Oh, I was a fool.
I know. I already know. You're cracking jokes all day.
but before then, no. I'm gonna read you. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna see what type of person you are. Can I hang around you? Are you gonna ruin my life and my career?
Yeah, you gonna analyze for a little bit before I let you up in my life.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, I was definitely introvert, and I had to read people and get to know them first before I jumped in like that.
Okay, cool. Tell us, take us into your first year, you know, overseas and pro. What was the journey from senior year, let's say graduation, to your first season, and where'd you play?
I started out. I had gotten an agent right after college, and so because he had seen me play somewhere, I'm not sure where, but he had contacted me through the school, and I ended up signing with them. And so my first year, I went half a year. It's probably, I don't even think it was a year. I think it was a couple months. Okay. I played semi-pro in Houston. And then I went from Houston and I played in Lubbock. It was a little semi-pro team in Lubbock. And then from Lubbock, I got a call during the season to go overseas to Slovakia. It was terrible. It was awful.
Oh no.
Oh my God. I feel like that was a third world country. But they loved me. They loved me. I don't know if it was because I was American or what, but I didn't know how to cook. And so I was starving.
Oh no.
It was just bad. Nobody spoke English. I had to have a translator. Thank God for my American teammate because she knew how to cook, throw down in the kitchen. That's the only way I knew how to eat. That flight was awful. Yeah, it was. I mean, we practiced two times a day.
Girl, the whole season.
The whole season. It didn't matter if we had a game. If we had a game Saturday, we was practicing Sunday. Like it didn't matter.
Sunday.
Yeah, it didn't matter. It wasn't no days off. No. And that's why I tell people, if you want to go pro, make sure you love that thing. Make sure you love the game before you take off on that flight, because that there, no cable, barely had internet, had no showers, barely. It was just some water sprinkling from the roof. Yeah.
You're crazy. That internet, that's a must. If ain't nothing right overseas, you better make sure you got some Wi-Fi.
Nah, for real. They kept saying they was giving it to me, and it was like 2 weeks went past, and I'm like, I'm about to die here.
Sometimes, like, man, that's how it is. Ugh.
I had to stay in the coach's office just to get some, talk to my people. And it was 3 or 4 in the morning. I'm like, nah, I can't. But I thugged it out. And then I went to Germany. I said, I'm gonna take a pay cut.
Yeah.
I said I get to take a pay cut if y'all get me out of here.
So were you said you weren't there for a full season. It was maybe
I was there a full season. I wasn't in Lubbock a full season.
Got you. Man, talk about how was preseason? Were you there for preseason in Slovakia?
I can't write in to play, girl. Just let me play.
Yeah. Look, if y'all a tip. If you can swing it. Look, here's a tip for all y'all trying to go overseas.
Hey, I don't want no part of that.
Make sure you know when the first game is and show up a week or 2 before.
That's it. And that's exactly what happened.
I hate preseason overseas. I really can't. I can't do it.
I can't. It's too much.
They
train a little different.
College,
they train a little different from us. I don't know how they do it. It ain't for me.
All right. First year. So Slovakia. How'd y'all do as far as the team?
We went to I think we won 2 cups. But I think we lost right before the championship.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty good team though.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. Yeah.
Good.
All my teams overseas is pretty good, so I was blessed.
Can you remember? Like, was there one thing that stood out that you learned or that you grew from in that first season overseas with Slovakia?
Being able to cook, being able to survive on my own.
Yep. And
I
that's
think
real.
I think it really turned me into, and I appreciated home more.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you go and, you know, you don't appreciate it until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt like I appreciated, you know, being able to go in the store and not have to pay for a shopping cart or bags or ketchup. Like I had to pay for ketchup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff that we take for granted over here is like you paying for it over there. Yeah. But here it's just like, oh, we'll throw ketchup packages out. No, you paying for that over Slovakia. You paying. But yeah, I just think that transition. Huh?
I said you better use all 5 of them ketchup packages.
Nah, for real. And they was them little ones too. You squeeze.
Man, Lord, Jesus, half the regular size.
But yeah, I just think appreciating what you have at home was the in learning how to adapt to other people's cultures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and respecting that and
exactly
their culture. Yeah,
and that's why I take to international players.
Yeah,
like when I was coaching and being at OCU.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dang, now that you get over here, you appreciate these internationals and what they do to help us in America.
For sure.
Because some of them got it bad over there.
Yeah.
But it's good to them. It looks bad to us, but it's good for them. So
everybody's I guess experience or perception of their realities
exactly
different until you go somewhere, and that's why I love, you know, playing overseas too, as long as I could, seeing the different cultures and being grateful for what we have in the States.
Yep.
And then loving, it was weird, right? Because I would go to the post office. Like I remember in Spain, I'm trying to go get my package, and these jokers, it's 10 a.m. and they ain't open. They closed. Talking about lunch. I said lunch. Then y'all just open?
No, they don't care.
No.
Hey, they do what they want to do.
They just be chilling. Like it's not so fast. And once I got like
they slow down. They slow down and appreciate it. Yep.
And when I come home, I'm like, I want to go back. I like that. Yep. Like it's different, you know. Yep. And they enjoy life. And we would have dinner for like 3 hours. And you know, being a rookie, it was like, yeah, let's eat and go. Yeah. But like as I got older, it's like
you learn to appreciate it.
I'm enjoying this 3-hour meal. You know. Yep. So that's really cool. So you went for Slovakia your rookie year, and you said you went on to Germany the second year. All right, tell us about that. How did that go?
That was lovely.
Yeah,
it was good. Everybody spoke English. Everything was Americanized. Cool. You know, I had a chef. She'd bring me food, so I didn't have to do no cooking.
Okay.
The team was really, really good, talented.
Okay.
And so everything was good. But my favorite is Iceland.
Iceland. You know what? I've heard Americans great things about Germany. They love Germany, but then also Iceland.
Iceland.
Why you love Iceland?
Americanized. They loved me. Okay. They took me in. They made me feel so good. Like they welcomed me.
Big thing.
Yeah, they welcomed me like I was family. Like to this day, I appreciate Iceland because they didn't never waver. We played. We had a really good team. Everybody stuck together. It was They didn't let me go without a meal. They didn't let me go without nothing.
Yeah,
I was spoiled. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
they really spoiled me because they made me feel like family.
You know, and that's how it's supposed to be, but not all experiences are like that. And that's just the life. It's you go to different countries, different teams within countries. So
yeah, and that's why I went. That's why I went back for a third year because I was done after the second year. We had lost, and I felt like I let the coach down and the city. So I went back the third year just to get it, just to bring them one.
So Slovakia, Germany for a season, and 3 in Iceland.
Yep.
And you got one.
Yeah.
The last one.
The last one. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm done."
Let me get out on the high note.
Let me go and get out your way.
Man, so what happened the year before then? As far as
we had lost in the finals. Yeah, we had lost in the finals.
Lost in the finals.
I think that was when I hurt my ankle really bad. And so we ended up losing at the end, and so I just couldn't do that to them because they treated me so good. I just felt like that I had let my family down as opposed to anything else. So I went back for a third year to make sure it was done.
Wow.
And he was like, well, if we wouldn't have won, would you have came back? Yes, I would have. I
Yeah.
would have.
Talk about the feelings of, not coming the second year, right? Not finishing it out on with a win, and then the mindset of, I'm gonna go back and we're gonna finish the deal. We're gonna seal the deal. What was the work ethic like in the summer, and then through that whole season, the third season?
I put myself through 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So I would get up in the morning, do a workout. Well, actually 3 days. I guess you would call it 3. I don't know. I would do a workout in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come after the workout. I'll lift, 3 times out the week, and then I'll come back later that night and play. So I just kind of develop my body more to do a longer season, to have that upper body strength, have my legs more explosive. So when I came back, my body was totally different from that second year. So he knew that I was ready, and he knew my mindset was totally different. Not saying that it wasn't, in the second year, but I felt like maybe if I was stronger, the second year I would have already had it. Yeah. But I wanted to perform and be at my top. So when I got back, everybody seen like, okay, she's not playing. Mm-hmm. All right, it's showtime. Yeah. Because we had a lot of veterans on our teams too. So I think that helped a lot. But yeah, I just got in the gym 2 or 3 times a day. Gotcha. Just to make sure I was ready when it was time.
Okay. Now, when you went to do your gym workouts and your like court workouts and then weight room, did you have a coach there? Did you have a coach write something up?
Nope.
It was you.
Nope.
It was just you, right?
It was me.
Did that.
It was me. And I would take some stuff that we did in college. Okay. You know how they give you a little notebook. I would take some of that, and then most of it was just stuff that I knew.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How important is it for players at all levels, especially high school and college, to get as much work as they can on their own?
It's very important because it's very important because it shows that you're self-motivated. Mm-hmm. Why does somebody have to be in the gym for you to practice? Just to show them that you're there? Mm-hmm. Half the time, people didn't even know I was in the gym. I didn't have to tell you that. Right. I can show you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was never a person that say, okay, hey, coach, I was in the gym. No, when she came to work, she seen me in the gym. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to tell nobody that I was in the gym. And so the results showed when I played. So it's important that you learn to do it on your own, because you're not going to always have somebody to go with you. You're not going to always have a coach around. So if they see you, in the gym, that's a bonus for you. Mm-hmm. Because then nobody can say, well, why is she playing? Right. I see her in the gym extra every day, outside of practice. Right. What are you doing? I'm just saying. That's the difference between leadership. When players walk in the gym and they see me, how that feel with them? Like, oh shoot, our leader is in here. Mm-hmm. Your best player is supposed to be your hardest worker. Yeah. If they not, then you're gonna have a long season. So I always took pride in that. Just being able to, and it wasn't even like I didn't have to make a announcement. Oh, I'm going to the gym. Mm-hmm. It was just I was in the gym. Like in college, I would just play horse with a guy that I knew was the best shooter on the men's team. We would link up 9 to 10 o'clock at night, playing horse. Mm-hmm. He would tear my tail up, but I'd be right there with him. I'll be right there with him. But he made me a better, a strong shooter. Right. Because we going at each other's throat. Mm-hmm. So, and if he wasn't available, I still go in there. And if I miss, that's an H. If I hit rim and it go in, that don't count. That's an O. Oh. Yeah. So I got to the point where it was reps in my head. If all net, I ain't worried about no rim. Mm. So that's, it's just the little things. It's really just reps. Mm-hmm.
It's the little things.
Yep.
As a skill development coach too, you're working with a lot of kids. Yeah. Why I can't get these kids in the gym? Mm. What have you been able to help them in any way, or is it that as far as getting the reps in and their mindset to go get in the gym. You don't need me. You don't need, to wait on a coach. Or
No,
is it
I don't.
just
My mindset and my motto is either you want it or you don't.
yeah.
I'm not gonna hold your hand. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna beg you. This gym is open. You want to use it? Come use it. If not, so be it. This your life. This your career. I don't
Yeah.
even try, to be honest with you. Either you gonna do it or you not.
Right.
I'm not finna. I just can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
Because
I'm just curious.
they're not gonna do it regardless until they're ready anyway.
Right. It's got to be their motivation, their idea.
Exactly.
And if they want that scholarship, like they say, or just want to get better, like they say, they'll go do it.
Mm-hmm. They will, and then sometimes it's too late.
Yep. So 5 years overseas. Did you play anywhere else after Iceland?
That was it.
That was it.
That was it. Boom, Iceland was it.
So nice. Retired on top.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Did you deal with any? What kind of injuries did you deal with throughout your career?
Not very many.
Not very many.
Just mainly, the normal ankle sprains.
Mm-hmm.
I had a cleanup in my knee, but it wasn't like nothing like serious. It was just like I was able to walk 2 days after. But other than that, I didn't really have injuries because I was always like working on my my hamstrings, and my quads. Yep. So I made sure that those two were strong. But other than that, not really.
Awesome. So, man, for the older heads like me and somebody that's still playing, they might be heading into retirement, have a couple more years in them. How was retirement mentally and emotionally, and what'd you do after playing ball?
It was good because when I quit, I knew I was ready. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say quit. I mean retire. When I retired, I knew I was ready.
Yeah.
So it was easy, but the transition for finding something from playing basketball your whole life, till to that ending, I think that mental was trying to get to what I wanted to do was hard. But my AAU coach had made a comment about, give back to what was given to you, because I told him I didn't want to coach. Mm-hmm. And then that ate me alive, because I felt like I wasn't doing my part, as a player. And so that's when I started getting into coaching and all of that. So,
and you did some college coaching, right?
Yeah, I did all 7 years.
Okay.
I haven't coached anywhere else but college.
Okay.
Besides, AAU before that, but yeah.
So 7 years in college coaching, and then AAU a little bit, and then now you started in January of 2020.
Girl, I can't. My dates. When I say my dates is so off, my dates and years is it's a blur.
Yeah, and you been so talk about man, what's your favorite part of skill development and working more one-on-one with the players? Not one-on-one, but like
honestly, the mentorship. Being able to take a kid that didn't have no confidence to seeing them open up and having confidence and trying new things. That's my biggest, like, okay, maybe I'm doing something right. There's a lot of trainers out here. There's a lot of people who can do it skills wise, but when it comes to mentorship, I think that's my strong suit. Just being able to connect with those players. And it's not even my resume. It's just being able to say, okay, I see this girl that once was me. How do I get her before she gets to college or gets to high school? How can I reverse her confidence on and off the court? And so that right there is one of my biggest accomplishments to see.
Okay, cool. Confidence is queen and king. That thing will allow you to enjoy and play at a high level, and then it'll bring you down if you don't if you don't keep it intact. How did you learn through your career? What did you learn were good tactics to keep your confidence up?
Don't listen to take the negative comments and use it as motivation.
Okay.
Don't let it get to you, to your mental.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of kids take what others say and they keep it in their heart, and they do it the other direction. I took it and put it on the court. Yeah, some stuff did get to me. I can't say that I didn't. Mm-hmm. However, I use it as motivation to prove you wrong. So when I saw you, I could look at you and say, I remember what you said. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, of course.
That right there is what drove me. Like, that drive is just like, I remember. I don't forget that stuff. Mm-hmm. Ever. But I think a lot of kids just do it. They reverse it instead of using it as motivation.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. They internalize it. Let it stay in the ear of the heart.
Yep.
Instead of just letting it go out the other ear and keep going.
Yep. And I think that's what helped me a lot.
Yep.
Because I mean, you're gonna find it's gonna be negative comments your whole life. So.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a good muscle. You got to start that early, and sports will definitely do that.
It will,
help
for sure. Mm-hmm.
So we went 7 years of coaching, and you're doing skill development now. Anything else going on?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Mentoring them babies.
Being a mother, and that's it. Mentoring these babies.
Yes. And I see you got she got a little Russell Westbrook over there too, running around.
He a piece of work. But he love the game though. I will say that.
That's fun. I bet it's fun to watch him, huh?
It is. And that's why I had to give up coaching.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and kind of do a development side so he could be right there too.
Cool. Man, this has been awesome to get into your story. We did not talk about the beastly way that you destroyed the record book in college. Now you need to go ahead and tell these little girls what's happening now. What you done did to the record book.
I mean, I didn't do nothing. They just said I couldn't pass, so I, assist record.
Assist record.
Hey, that's all I wanted. That my first year was to break our assistant coach. Uh-huh. I wanted to break her record so bad.
Uh-oh.
I was passing up shots to get her record.
That's hateful right there.
But I think it's down to 12 records now. It was at 14.
12 records.
Records just made to be broken.
And you were breaking your own records though, too.
Yeah, I was.
So you would set them and then you would be breaking your own records for the whole 4 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
12.
I think it's 12. I know that's one crazy. Of them is 3-point.
3-point passing. Assist probably.
Assists. Most steals in a game. 12. I think it's at 12. 12 steals in a game. I think field goal percentage or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been so long ago.
Do you have a favorite moment, favorite game? Whatever happened.
Yeah, we was playing Union in the semifinals. And it was
Union. Boom.
Yeah, and it was at their place. That's where the national tournament was at their place. So you got about 10,000 fans.
Okay.
Little old NAIs, 10,000 fans. And all you can see is my little family up there and my roommate's family right next to them.
They all up there like
yeah. We were down, I think, 9 points.
Okay.
With like a minute to go.
Okay. Oh man, that's juicy right there.
And Rita Banks came down, shot a 3, made it. We were down 6.
Okay.
I don't know what happened after that. She come back down, hit another 3. We down 3. Something happened in between there. She come back down, hit another 3, tie the ball game.
How much time left, you know?
No. So this time it was like 10 seconds left.
Okay.
Girl made a pass. I stole it. Went down, layup. Then we won, I think, by 2.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute.
Hey.
Do not stop playing until this.
Because the thing is, she said, so we in the huddle. Because she only went to OCU for a year.
Okay.
We in the huddle, and she said, I'm not losing.
Who's this, Rita?
Yeah. So we look like, all right. Because she came for 1 year.
Wow.
And she said that's all she came for was a championship. So when she got that ball, baby, she did 3 threes in a row. And we looked up. Dang. So that girl made that pass, and I stole it with like 10 seconds ago.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah, yes, it's over, player.
What year was that? What year?
This year, I think I was a sophomore.
Sophomore. That's crazy.
Yeah, she said it. She said, we're not losing.
Mm-hmm.
And right then from then, I was like, shoot, all right. What I need to do? So I just got her the ball. You do your thing, sis.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she went off.
I love games like that.
And them 10,000 people shook.
Good. What? They wasn't there for y'all, huh?
Man, they were so mad.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a hell of a game, though. I will say that.
That's awesome. All right, Coach. Any last words for high schoolers, college players trying to think about being serious and going pro? What's their mindset? How should they be approaching?
Make sure you're doing it for you. Don't do it for nobody else. Just make sure you're doing it for you. That's all I can say.
That's it.
And make sure you love it. If you don't love it, don't do it.
Go do something else you love, huh?
That's it.
That's it. That's awesome.
Because that'll save a lot of coaches some headaches.
So we had one comment. Thank you, Brooke Harper. Had no idea you play softball. I ain't either.
And she was one of my teammates in AAU.
Oh yeah? That's awesome.
Yeah, nobody really knew that. Hey, but I was cold with the glove though.
Right. So. All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys watching. Coach, stay on.
You right here.
Hey, who that?
She said, who is your name?
Dior.
What's up, man? All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here.
Okay.
See you when I see
Bye-bye.
you. You got to stay on. Don't go nowhere.